and today I wanted to share with you some of my most requested services here in the salon and kind of talk to you about my favorite color line to create a lot of these different looks. So my model here is going to go from dark to really light, and I like to use the least amount of foils for the most amount of impact. And to do this, I first use Blonde Me. So Blonde Me is my favorite lightener to get my really dark hair clients to as light as possible. And then afterwards, I'll talk to you about what I like to use to tone the hair, which is the Igora Vibrance. So this one right over here. I also want to kind of show you these two bonus models. And so my model here, we're going to cover up her grays and glaze her ends, along with just kind of color refreshing her color here and using Igora Vibrance as kind of the demi services. And I really love using Vibrance because it's really great to be using it on your pastel clients. It's really great to use it for like your tone-on tones or just like neutralizing your color correction clients as well. But it's really great for just your everyday services like your color refresh and your glossing services. So it's one of my go-to products that I always use for different color services that I have to offer in the salon. Alright, so like I mentioned, we're going to be lightening up my client here, going from really dark to really light. And I love to just start off in the front first because it has the most processing time, and to ensure that the biggest pop and the lightness you see will be here in the front where it matters the most. So here you could kind of see my sectioning. I like to do the face frame first, the sides, the mohawk, and then I like to move on to the bottom hairline, and then the back here will be the last sections that I work on, and then we'll tone at the very end. Okay, so here I am doing my first foil as a baby light, and I like to do this all around the hairline as my first foil, just to make sure that the lightness comes extra close to the face. Next, I like to tease the remainder of the sections that are sectioned in the face frame area, making sure you're saturating the hair completely before moving on to the next section. So as you can see here, I'm doing another tease and feathering up just to get that extra blend, and you're not seeing any harsh demarcations. So I'm just going to continue working around her hairline, making sure that the first foil is a fine baby light and teasing the rest of her face frame area. Here I wanted to show how I'm clipping away the excess hair that I teased and then saturating the top and bottom of the section just to make sure I get extra saturation in the foil so that I get complete processing. Here I'm starting now on the side of her head, and always the first section is going to be a small baby light, and then from here on I'm going to be taking a diagonal section, doing really large weaves and then teasing it so that you're creating that natural dimension underneath the hair and then folding it away. And here I'm just going to work my way all the way up diagonally and doing that to both sides of her head. After you've completed both sides of her head, now it's time to start the mohawk. And here I like to just take all slices, no weaving, and making sure to tease every section, saturating well and working from front to back all the way to the crown area. And this is going to create maximum lightness that veils over her head. And I want to note that this is the section that you really want to focus a lot on, and make sure that if you feel like you're quick enough, this is the part where you want to bump up your lightener as well. Okay, so now all the hard part is done, and all that's left is the hairline underneath the nape and the two back sections. So as before, you'll be doing a small baby light and then tease. After you finish all the hairline area, you're going to take diagonal back sections, doing a large weave, tease, and then saturate, just like what we did on the sides of her head. And you're just going to do that for both sides of the back of her head. In total, I counted 48 foils, which isn't really bad because we're trying to get her from really dark to really light in one session. And there is no definite processing time. You just want to make sure that you're checking in on the foils to make sure you're getting the proper lift. Here is the formula for her root melt, and note that I'm using a 6-fall in cream developer, and this is just so I could get a bit more control when applying her base. And I'm applying the base so that I could create a little bit more depth and cover any demarcations that there may be. Also make sure that when you're working around the face frame area that you're only tapping the root so that you're not stretching the darkness too far down. The great thing I love about Vibrance Developer is that it comes in cream but also in gel, and this is going to give me a bit more versatility in how I apply the toner. And here I have it in a bottle application where I'm just applying all over and combing it through at the shampoo bowl so that it's giving me a quicker application. And look how silky and smooth it looks. Now she's all nice and bright and blonde. Okay, least amount of foils, most amount of impact. This is a final look, and look how shiny her hair is. That's why I love Vibrance, because it gives you 100% more shine. Perfect. Okay, so another really popular service of mine is a root and glaze, and my client here, she has 50% grace with a lot of highlights and very faded ends. So today I'm going to be touching up her roots with Igora Royal, and I'll be using 7-0 and 6-6-8, which is like a natural reddish brown, and I'm going to pair it for her ends with a 7-8-8 and a 6-6-8, which is going to be a very natural red color. And the great thing about Vibrance is that it matches the 65 different colors of Royal, so it really meshes well together, and I always use the Royal and Vibrance combo together all the time for my root and glaze. So let's get started. All right, so I just finished applying her gray coverage, and then for her ends, I'm going to be applying on her dry ends with 7-8-8 and 6-6-8 with 13-vol. And the 13-vol is going to help make the ends look a lot more rich and deeper while making the color last a lot longer. And this service, I like to just apply it right at my station because the roots are still going to need some time to process. So this is a really great time to quickly apply her ends and let the whole entire hair process together. So here I'll be processing the roots for 45 minutes and her ends for 20 minutes total. Here's kind of the side-by-side of the final result. What you guys think? This is the model who wanted more of a low maintenance look, so we gave her a dark root melt that melts down to slightly lighter ends. It's great for your traditional color refresh and gloss. And my middle model right here, we did her gray coverage with Igora Royal, blended it down with Vibrance. Love that I could use all the Royal colors and all the Vibrance colors together. And then this is my bleaching client. Kind of just neutralized her warmth and just toned her down a little bit, but she's all nice and light. Here's the final look. Look at all that shine. So nice. Thanks for watching.